Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah.
Hi, and welcome back to The Conscious Day Trader. My name is Yanis, and today we're going to break another ICT 2022 mentorship trade on the pound dollar. Today is a very volatile day because we had the news about the SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, going bankrupt, and potentially HSBC buying them for $1, which is quite interesting, and how it's going to affect the pound dollar. Because as you know, one of the pairs that I trade pretty much every day is the pound dollar. I did try the Aussie dollar, did work out, but it's quite a slower market. And we did try the US 30 as well, but I'm not touching that again because it's so expensive on the Fivers funded account that I'm trading. We're going to jump straight onto the results so I can show you what we did today. So here we are on the MT5. This is, as you can see, where normally I show you the trades from before yesterday, but obviously we're coming from the weekend, and we're going to break down today's trade. Literally closed a few minutes or hours, or like an hour ago. And we're going to see what was the setup, what was the entry, what was the execution, how did I exit the trade, how did I manage the trade, because it was a very clean trade. As you can see here, we're on the 186,619. So we're about 42% on achieving the next milestone, which would be 200,000 account, and that's going to be a huge milestone for me. If you've been following the journey, I show my trades every single day, and if we go to the history, this is the trade, and we're going to go on positions. $406. The reason I closed this a bit early, this is the trade, we looked at this move here, was because of the volatility around SVB. And I didn't want to be involved. As you know, I don't trade any news because I can't predict what's going to happen, and I generally don't like not knowing or not being able to analyze the move. But there was a very clear opportunity during the London pre-market. So we did take that trade. We were shorting the pound USD after the gap up and pushing out into a liquidity draw, which we're going to go into now, in terms of how ICT says these Judas moves that happen normally during the London Open. But we're going to see how I traded that. If you like all this, make sure you subscribe and like this video. And also you can find me on Instagram, theconscious.daytrader. Go and follow me there if you want to see more about Bali and the life that we live in the area of Canggu. Before we go on to TradingView and break down the analysis of the charts, shout out to, I can't remember the name, someone asked me on Instagram, can I show how can I import the results on TradeSync? And we're going to do that really easily. It's so quick. I'm going to do that now. So grab a pen and paper, or you can watch this again. So what we're going to do is right click on our results of the day. And if you want to put the month, you have to put any results that you have here. That's what's going to be exported. So you can see we've got today here, and then you're going to right click on that, and then we're going to go on orders. So we're going to right click on the orders, and then we're going to export, go on report, and HTML. Okay, not the open XML because that won't work. Try on HTML. And then you can store it. I normally replace the previous information that I've got there. So it's going to ask me, do you want to replace it? Yes. That now has exported these four, it's two trades, one to open, one to close, so 4 orders. So then we're going to jump onto our TradeSync. As you can see here, this is March. We're currently now going to import Monday's trade on the 13th. And what we're going to do is go on the bottom left here, add a trade. Let's move my camera out of the way so you can see this. We're going to go right there. So we're going to go add the trade, import trades. It tells you all this on this video, by the way, if you want to import it. I'm just breaking it down for this follower that wanted some help. So you can go on browse. With this, depending on your time zone and your broker, but if you're on the Fivers, make sure you leave it to do not convert, and that won't convert the time. And then you can go here and go browse, and you're going to go on to recent, and you're going to go on to where you've saved that file. So that's there. Upload, press import trades, and that's it. That's how quickly it is. You don't have to process any information. That will give you everything that you need. Now, if we go back onto the calendar, we're going to see that the 13th magically has updated. Really good day, just 2 trades and $406. That's very good start to the week, including a very volatile day. So we're super happy with that. And now we're going to move our camera back down here so we can go on to TradingView, which we're going to look at our analysis. Today, we're going to try and record this quite quickly. I'm doing a bit of an experiment to see if people like shorter videos with condensed information, so you don't have to watch for hours and half an hour, 40 minutes. And we'll see how it goes. If these are preferred, make sure you comment that you like the quick analysis or versus the long analysis, or what type of videos you like, and then I'll try and make it happen. So what we're going to do is we're on the pound dollar, and I'm not going to clear everything just to keep the video short, but I've kept it very simple today. All we're going to do is like with every ICT, we're going to find bias. The bias, we're going to find it, as we discussed before, we know what's happened. Let's make me smaller, and we're going to put me out of the way. I'm least important when it comes to analyzing the chart, so we can see everything on there. As we can see, what's the first thing that's going to come to mind is this gap here, which is from the SVB news. So we had a gap up, and it came up and then came back down, filled the gap as much as it could here, and then pushed even higher. So we're going to go on to the daily, and we're on Monday today. So what we need to do is put the previous daily low on that bottom wick there, and the previous daily high on that top there. I like it red because red indicates that there is potential for selling the market. And why would we be selling the market? It's because at an extreme premium price. We also had a gap up, where if we're trading below the previous daily low, we're looking for opportunities to long the market because it's at a discounted price. And we've also placed our buy side liquidity, and the buy side liquidity is going to be more obvious when we go down into the lower time frames. We've also added the equilibrium, which is this Fibonacci level from here. I like using the Fibonacci because it has the 50% in the tool, so I can draw my line there on that 50. We know where the equilibrium is, and we know the previous daily high, previous daily low. You've got your news here, and as you can see, when we're opening, we were looking at dollar slides on likely rate pause in wake of SVB collapse. So that's the reason why the market gapped up. So if we go down to our trading arena, when I opened the charts, we were looking at this. It was pretty much the London pre-open. Now, my analysis was that I wanted to see the price come and break the previous daily high. Why? Because I wanted to short the market back into equilibrium and potentially into this gap here. So we're going to put the magnet from that wick to that wick, extend it out. That is our lovely gap. Actual physical gap in price, not fair value gap. The price traded up during the Asian session, and it broke the highs of the previous day. And what do we know? When it takes liquidity above the previous high, that can be the Judas move that we're looking for to come back down and fill the gap. Now, I was interested in shorting this because of this reason. And pretty much when I get an idea of shorting like this, I want to know what's the worst case scenario that can happen. So then we're going to go on to the 4 hour or 1 hour, and we're going to look on the left side. And we see these two previous intermediate, if you want, on the daily arena equal highs. So the price can potentially come and fill this buy side liquidity. If I'm very, very wrong, then I need to plan to reposition. And if you don't know what repositioning is, the way that I manage my trades, my two trades, I need to be managing my trade all the way to worst case scenario at 1, 2, 3, which is a lot of pips. In terms of our daily targets, that would be, if we take the magnet away, that would be 150 pips. So I need to be aware of that, because 100 pips for me is like £1,000 in drawdown. If I had 2 positions, 2,000 drawdown, 3, 4, 4,000 drawdown. So I can't do that. So I need to be able to manage my trades out. And that's why repositioning comes in, because the price will not go 150 pips in one direction. It will take out liquidity, come back down, take this liquidity, potentially come back down. And this will give me opportunities to get a better and better price. So what we're going to look now is how the price reacted around this liquidity at the previous daily high. And I entered the market, if we go back onto the 1 minute now, I entered the market on a fair value gap on the break of the previous daily high. As when we broke this previous daily high, I was looking for opportunity to short the market. And let's see, did it give me this opportunity? So we're going to jump onto the 15 minute, and as you can see, the market start failing to go into that liquidity sweep and fading down in towards this gap here. So what we wanted to see was an opportunity for a fair value gap fill for me to go short. And we did have this break here. So it was coming from the highs here all the way down, broke down. This would have been a nice opportunity, but I wasn't looking at the market then. This would have been a great opportunity for a nice fill even higher. And then we go fair value gap there. Lower, lower, lower. Pushed even lower, broke the previous daily high. So that would be your sort of resistance of that move. And then we were looking for an entry. So I got a really nice fill here. It filled the fair value gap and failed to break the swing high here. So that is, if you like tight stops, that is where you're going to put your ICT stop. And the reason for that is because it's only 1.8 pips. So that risk reward, if you're trading with risk reward like ICT, that would have been a perfect opportunity for you to go short. I don't worry about the shorts because you know that I have a fixed stop loss of the daily 2.5k of loss, which hasn't happened yet. We've got all green days in 2023. So there we go. That was the trade, and then boom, it crashed down. And that gave me the 20 pips that I was looking for. Let's check that out again. And a really nice delivery. Came back up to retest. I could have added positions there, but I didn't. And then that was the delivery there. Now, if we go to the actual price now, we're going to see that we have a really nice, from my position, if I had held it, it would have gone into pretty much 35 pips. So that would have been, I don't know, 30, so probably around $600. But we're not, when we know there's volatility in the market, we want to be paid and be out and done for the day. And that happened. And we're super happy with that. We're going back onto the trade sync. We can see we're running on $3,663 for the month. Super happy. All green days since day 1 of January. And we're hoping to keep this going. I'm really happy with the 2 trades. If you like what you see, make sure you like on the channel. Okay, so the sun is hitting hard, so I've decreased a little bit of the aperture, so hopefully you can see me a little bit better. But if you like the content on this video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to try and post about 2 to 3 times a week. I don't want to burn out showing these trades. I'll try and pick some interesting stuff that we can discuss. And also, if you have questions or areas that you want me to tap into, I know that repositioning is one of the most asked questions, is how I manage my trades. And I do keep some stuff to myself because it's I literally provide everything else, entry, execution, and I know that potentially some people struggle with how they can manage the trades. I try and give some little tips every day. I hope these tips are helping. If so, make sure you like, subscribe, put the comments down if you have any questions, and I'll catch you tomorrow for another video.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it